Refusing to take a blow, a breath test, can drive serious consequences. I'm Pat Nolan, Missouri criminal defense attorney with more than a decade experience handling DWIs. Refusing a breathalyzer test often leads to immediate and severe penalties, including license suspension or revocation, which can frankly be a lot longer than that for first-time DWI conviction. This refusal also doesn't stop the police from obtaining evidence. They can always seek a warrant for a blood draw. In Missouri, the consequences of refusal can be significant. There is an extremely important distinction that may save your license or prevent a conviction. I'll discuss that towards the end of this video. Common consequences for refusing a breathalyzer test include license suspension or revocation. Most states have implied consent laws, meaning that by driving, you've already consented to a chemical test if you are stopped or arrested for DWI. Refusal triggers an automatic suspension, which can last for a year or more regardless of whether or not you are convicted. A refusal can be used as evidence against you in a criminal DWI case. It may be seen as an admission of guilt or an attempt to hide your intoxication. Yes, I know, you can't be compelled to give evidence against yourself. However, in Missouri, your refusal can be used against you for the DWI. Now, blood draw versus a warrant, very important thing in many areas, especially larger cities and a lot of rural counties now. Law enforcement will seek a search warrant to obtain a blood sample if you refuse the breath test. The blood draw is a more accurate test and can be performed even without your consent if a warrant is issued. And these specifics vary state by state, so it is extremely important to understand your local laws regarding breathalyzer refusals. There are two types of breath tests, PBT or portable breath test, and the record breath test on the machine with the printer. Now this ain't confusing. When some portable breath test machines are plugged into a printer in the cruiser, they become record breath test machines. Now the important note is that in many states you are not required to take the PBT, nor is the PBT result admissible against you. If you are in a state that doesn't require the PBT, don't take it. Should you be required to take a breath test? And if you are, should you refuse? Drop a comment in, let me know. And look for our video on Avogadro's Law. It's why the breath test is always wrong. Thank you.